But yeah, moving on to TV and film, uh, some new images have been released of some Fire Nation characters for the Avatar live action on Netflix. Have you seen them?
I have, and
Yeah.
I feel very good about the live
Yeah,
action
the
now.
costume design looks good. Before they showed off Aang, Katara, Sokka, and Zuko in his like Fire Nation full on armor, and
Hmm.
they look good. But these also look really good. The costume design, at the very least, is no pun intended,
Fantastic.
fire. Um,
It is. It is.
especially Daniel Day Kim as Ozai. He is perfect. He looks great as Ozai.
He
Um,
does. Does.
the only criticism I and most people have is that Zuko's scar should be way bigger and nastier. In the show,
Mm,
it goes over his ear, and his ear is all
it
shriveled.
does.
And I feel like they're afraid to have his scar look nasty, but it's like it's a burn scar on like
It's gonna be.
half of his face.
Yeah, it's gonna be nasty. And then also, I've seen a lot of criticism regarding Azula. It's like she looks too young. My brother's in Christ. She was 14
They're just mad
when
that they can no longer sexualize her. And you know
yeah,
what? I'm going to give those people a break because the reality is they were her age when they first watched it.
yeah,
But that doesn't change the fact that they're still being weird about it.
yeah.
Because, yeah,
It's
no
like
longer she's not hot to you anymore because she's a child and you're not a child anymore. When you were a
right.
child, you could see the child and be like, yeah, I'm also a child. I like this child. But now that you're an adult, you're recognizing, like, oh, yeah, these characters are kids. When you were a kid, they seemed like they were, like, what, Aang is like, what, 12 in Avatar?
I think so.
And,
Yeah.
like, Katara is like 14 and, Zuko is like 15 and so is like Sokka. Like looking back on it, they seemed so much older. They were older than us because when we were what that show started coming out like 2008 or something like that. So
Right.
they
When we were like,
were they were
yeah,
almost like double our age, and so to us they seemed so much older. But now they were adults, and when we rewatched the show, we realized, oh wait, these were children.
yeah.
And now that we're
Children
adults
going through
and
all these
seeing them in
war
live
crimes.
action and being able to see that they're children, people are like, oh yeah, I shouldn't be sexualizing this child. Like, yeah,
And it's yeah,
no shit,
you don't say.
you know? But, I blame anime. Because
Yeah.
Japanese people are hella weird
Yep.
about sexualizing these teenagers when it's like, just make them adults. And we
It's
wouldn't
not
have as
that
much of a.
hard.
Like, the thing is, like, I say it all the time. It's not about sexualizing. It's about that key word that's added to it, over sexualization. No one
Right.
cares if you slightly sexualize a character if they're an adult. It's when you go overboard with it that it becomes a problem, and especially when you do it to characters that you should not be doing it to legally.
Right. Yeah.
Like legally, you cannot do that. Stop it.
It's like this is a middle schooler. Relax.
Like calm down, and don't tell me she's 1,000 years old. I'll kill you. Stop
That don't
this.
mean nothing. Right. You know good and well that
You
she don't look a
you
thousand.
know what you're doing. Goddamn weirdos.
Right.
You all deserve to be. Like I said, I'm truly upset about Soul Eater, because I'm reading it and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
wow, this person is just a criminal. Why did he draw this? I
No,
low key
for
don't want to finish
real.
this book. I hate it. I'm gonna burn it.
And it's so
Because
like
my
Soul
memories
Eater especially.
of Soul Eater is so fond, and now they've been tainted.
Right.
Because I'm now, as an adult, realizing how creepy that person is for drawing this.
And it's like it sucks extra bad because it's like Soul Eater's art style is
It's
fire.
so
Like it's
good,
so good.
and he
And you
uses his power for evil. I think it's a guy. I don't know, but
yeah.
they use their powers for evil at the very least. It's weird.
Tsubaki deserves to be in a better manga.
Oh, she is so disrespected. She is there for sexualization only.
Right.
um, Especially since Black Star can be a great character when he's not being the token perv.
Right. And it's like there's more that you can do like annoying middle school boys without them being predators.
Exactly.
To be
Like we talked about
honest.
before, like Scanlan is the perfect way you do a perv character. He's literally he's hypersexual, but he's not harassing anyone. The moment something goes too far and someone tells him to stop, he stops and he moves up and he backs
Right.
off. And he
Right.
also never even goes that far.
He's just a slut. Like
And the thing is, I hate it because a lot of people will always compare him to characters like Mineta, and I'm like, oh my god, Scanlan is nowhere near close. Scanlan is the ideal
Right.
version of that type of character where he's not bothering anyone with it. And if he does, he stops.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know anything about my hero, but I know Mineta is a criminal. He should be in jail.
Mineta sucks. I hate Mineta so much. I would punt that. Like, low key, I was thinking, like, where, I don't know, somebody made some post about fighting anime characters without powers, and I was like, Mineta. I just want to fight him. He deserves to be fought. But okay, let's move on. How we go from Avatar to talking about over sexualization in anime?
Good question.
But